Number 6 is you have to protect the ball. Whoever has the ball is running the game. The other guys are just playing defense. It is that simple. So once you have the ball, I know it is part of the game. If you watch even the professionals, they make turnovers, but they normally talk about how the turnovers affected their game. You'll hear commentators say something like, Team A has been able to make 12 points off their turnovers. So it's basically you coming with the ball and not getting an opportunity, for example, to attempt. And then the ball is turned over and the guys go and score, or they just get the possession. So you must also think in terms of, I want to be a great player who can protect the ball. Understand? So take care of the ball, value the ball, make the right decisions with the ball. Is what it's the you see how they come trickling down. Being able to make good decisions will help you not have so many turnovers in your basketball game. And I think I'll make a video on turnovers from my notes. Actually, that will be another diary. I'm going to maybe even be reading what I wrote down very many years ago about turnovers. Okay. And again, I mean, we're not perfect. We're all humans. We're going to make turnovers. But from a young age, if you can understand that, hey, manze, I want to be efficient in your design. I don't have so many turnovers. I'll be making the right decisions. My friend will be ranked higher than your peers. Will be more valuable than other great players who can do all these a million things because the coach can trust you with the ball. Number 7 is you should be able to defend relentlessly. Yani hapa kuna cha you can have off days on offense, but on defense you should not have off days. Defense, you just need to play defense with your heart, the right technique, make it hard for the offensive player to do what they are accustomed to, being able to understand their sets. So you can see, when they do 1, 2, 3, this is how they share the ball. So I can intercept it here, or I can make it hard for this point guard by taking him to the left so that it forces them to start the play on the left side. Like small things. Oh, this guy dribbles in one rhythm, so I can time his dribble and steal the ball or close the gap so that he kills the ball. Maybe he doesn't go to the left. I'm able to pressure him from the other side, from their rim. You should be able to play defense with your heart. Mbaya sana. This was not something that I really enjoyed, like coming into basketball, because I was always offensive minded. And like I said, these are some things that hindered me from getting opportunities that I might have gotten. Now I'm teaching you guys so that you don't miss these opportunities. So lazima upende defense. Work on your footwork, work on your lateral speed, work on your sliding speed, change of direction, running sideways, running back and recover. They've beaten you, able to run back and recover. It's a screen. You're able to talk on the screen and tell your guard, hey, there's a screen coming. Are able to hedge and come back. Do you have that footwork? Those are things that you should have as a basketball player. And the good thing about defense, you don't even need a coach to work on it. Ukiwa tu space iko hivi, unafanya quick fit, unajua sliding, hizo vitu zote, jumping, decelerating, accelerating. These are things you can work on so that it helps you manzi ukienda game be able to play defense. Let me just give you a secret, guys. If you are a guard, anza tu kutoka leo during practice, wherever you guys score or the opponents or get the ball, basically your teammates, pressure the point guard ama whoever you're marking from that other side of the court. Do that for a few weeks. When kama utakuwa unapata game, we chezanga tu D normal hard. You're not fouling, you're doing the right thing. At times you're going to foul, they're going to call a foul, but you're just frustrating the offensive player. And see if you're not going to get opportunities to play. Manze kwa unapenda defense. Also, the coach looks at that and say, hey, this guy is pushing, he's playing defense, and that keeps you in the game. Hiyo ni siri nimewapea jamaa. Number 8 is very important. Hustle. You have to hustle on defense, on offense, during practice. Be the kind of player who has energy like, almost everything you're doing. Die for the loose ball. Go for the rebound. They pass to you the ball. Go for the ball. Unaona, so that maybe if the defender touches you as you're going for the ball, it's a foul. Like you are hustling for everything. It's like you're hustling for your life. Kila mahali huko bro. If it's a drill, you're going at 110%. You're hustling in everything you're doing. Umeweka bidii, of course, doing it in the right way, in the right way to make sure that you're able to implement it in a game. But you're hustling and you're showing up each and every time on every play. Unaona, you're communicating on offense and on defense. You're there shouting instructions, supporting your teammates. If you do that, let me tell you, a lot of teams need that. I feel like a lot of young players are timid, but they only talk when things are going well. But when things are not going well, you hustle inapotea, you bidii inapotea. You should be able to hustle all the way through. Ni utapata sasa ile kuna game, kuna pressure ama nini. This guy who's on the bench who's hustling, who's supporting and what not. At that moment when you feel like, manze, I should be in the game. You'll not go into the game because if the coach looks at the bench and sees Kolo ndiye ana hustle tu hapa, ndiye ana support, hata kati tuko chini, ndiye ana direct bado, atasema Kolo, acha Kolo ingie, we see if maybe he'll bring a difference. Unaona, and then you go into a game, you have like a 10 point run, au umerudisha wase kwa game, sasa tuna bench imerudi, hiyo ndio inafaa kuwa raha yako pia. No, so hustle on everything, hustle on everything, because these are things that actually change a game. Hiyo tu moto tu, hiyo hustle, it changes the game and you end up even winning a game. So hustle jama, hustle. Number 9 is you have to show mental toughness. Here's the thing, hii ni challenge mimi nilipitia sana. At times itanikujia, but I remind myself, even in the Bible it says, or we are taught by the Bible that if you have a thought that you don't like, take it captive and put it under the obedience of Jesus Christ. Why am I saying that? You have to understand that as a basketball player, you're going to make mistakes, bro. Yani, you ukiweza kuaccept, utakuwa free. You're going to make mistakes. You're not perfect. You're going to miss shots. You're going to turn over the ball. Somebody will beat you. You'll be dunked on. You'll miss an open layup with seconds to go. You'll miss an important free throw. You're going to make mistakes. This is life. Like, if you can accept that, hiyo ni life, that is part basketball. But is the difference maker. How mentally tough are you to go through such situations, to experience such situations? How quickly are you able to bounce back? Check on my channel, on my playlist. I've made some videos around mindset that can help you around such stuff. Because you have to be mentally tough, especially when things are not going your way. What I've realized with these professional teams, now, I realized that a team might start and have like a 15-0 run in the first quarter. But by the time the first quarter is ending, you'll find that, this team that had a 15-0 run, maybe they are at 20, and the other team has actually come back and they've gotten to a place where it's like 20-15. So it means this guy scored 20 points very quickly or 15 points very quickly, and then this other team had their own run, came back, and by the time you're ending the first quarter, maybe they've tied, maybe they've even gone up, or maybe they're just behind by 3 points. I've seen that a lot with the professional teams. And what you'll notice during those periods, these guys are still playing. They're not taking hurried shots. They're not posting anything. They're still calling their plays. They are down 12-0. But they understand one thing. It's a long game. And in basketball, you'll have runs. As a team, you'll have your own run. Unaona, inakuanga tu hivyo. But because they understand that, they're just calm. They continue playing. They run their things, their sets. They run their offense. They play their defense. One stop at a time. Somebody gets a shot, another shot, a foul, and what? By the time you're looking up, the game is tied. These are teams that are mentally tough. If you're going to play basketball, if you're going to enjoy basketball, Manjama, do a lot of work in terms of your mentality. There are a lot of podcasts. There are books you can read about. There's a volleyball player who plays for Trailblazers who came and told me, Coach, man, niko na challenge mentally, and I was able to share with him some resources. And he told me, hey, manze, I applied the things that I read on that book, and I really played well. During the playoffs that they just had, man, he told me that, man, in those like 4 games after that, I played well. It's a matter of understanding how mindset works and then telling yourself and preparing yourself. CO2 affirmations too, preparing yourself to have a mindset that is able to handle pressure, to be mentally tough. You understand? So you have to prepare also for that, for those scenarios. So remember, number 9, you must have a strong mindset, okay? Mental toughness. Strong players recover quickly, stay focused, and they keep on competing. Number 10, which is the final trait, is you must compete. That is a trait. Coaches like competitors. You must compete in everything you're doing. If it's a shooting drill, una compete. If it's a small-sided game, you are competing because you are preparing for that game. But if you're just there training and running the drill so that you wait for when the coach says, "Aya, 5-on-5," my friend, you're going to have a big problem in this game. In fact, you're not going to improve. Let me add even more salt to the injury. You're going to lose your zest for the game very quickly. Competition ndio raha ya sport jamaa. That is the spirit. That is what drives me. I want to compete. At times I might not win. This is life. I will not win all the time. You understand? But the thing is, I want to go home saying I competed. I showed up. You must be a competitor. You cannot just be a competitor when you're up 20. You must be a competitor when you're down 20. You're still pushing, you're still attacking, you're still doing everything, whether it's in your drills or in your game, even when you're training personally. You have to make the environment in such a way that it allows you to compete. So, for example, if you're alone, instead of just taking shots, 50 shots to make 10, tell yourself, I have to make 8 shots in 1 minute. If I don't have a rebounder, I have to make at least 6 shots from this spot in the next 1 minute. So I have to quickly pick the rebound, come back, and shoot. Something like that to make sure that you're always competing. You're always competing. True competitors, how can I put it? True competitors stay disciplined, they are consistent, and they are very focused. Yes. Consistent, disciplined, and very focused. If you don't have those 3 traits, you cannot compete. And you have those traits when you're training alone, when you're training with your team, when you're playing, a one-on-one, you always have that thing in your mind. I play disciplined basketball, so nacheza defense vizuri, not hacking everybody, just so that I can just win. You understand? I'm focused. There's something that I'm trying to work on here. At times I'll go for a game like a pickup game, like maybe when you're playing on Wednesdays or stuff like that. I'll tell myself, I want to make 10 3 points. If I'm able to make 10 3 points in the first half, I leave. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I don't need to play like the whole game. I can even say, okay, I want to score 25 points and play different defense from the other side. So I'm picking full court. Whoever I'm marking you, siku anaumia. Me, I'm just on your face. I'm going to fight through screen. Anywhere you're running, I'm running. Because for me, it is also good in terms of my conditioning. So you must be focused to your design. Some people might think, jamaa, kona mambo mingi. Ni sawa, bro. But when you'll be enjoying the result, when utakuwa unawajaza hapo mingi, you'll be the one enjoying the results kwa wingi. Understand? So remember, all these traits will help you become a valuable player, a player that coaches will want. Now, my homework for you is very simple. Look at all these 10 traits, engage yourself, and ask yourself, hey, where should I improve? Where am I below the radar? Where am I good and should maintain? And then work towards making sure that you have all these 10 traits. At a JK design, when you're going for practice, remind yourself about these 10 traits and tell yourself, Collins Odhiambo or Ben or Jane or who else? Christine or Mercy or whoever. Mercy is a player who and then you read all those 10 traits. He's a player who has all these 10 traits. He's a player who hustles. He's a player who's disciplined. He's a player who shares the ball. He's a player who's not selfish. He's a player who, you know, plays defense hard. He's a player who plays hard. You know, all those traits, just remind yourself. You can even record like an audio and then just listen to it as you're warming up, even, and then make sure that you execute on the same, okay? Okay, train. You'll see a huge difference how players look at you, how your teammates look at you, how the coaches look at you, or treat you with a lot of respect. Now, utakuwa ule mse, improvement will be visible. And once you start doing that and you have these traits, you'll enjoy your basketball. Okay, so if you guys got some value, and if so, remember to subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more stuff. Maybe we're going to be going live, maybe making a group and stuff like that for, you know, hoopers who love Christ. Because I don't feel like you can do anything on this planet without God. I've learned so much. I'm thankful. I wish I'd learned these things earlier, but right now, me, I'm just a hooper after God's heart, and I can, if I can help other hoopers do the same, tutakuwa poa sana. If you can have like our own ministry or something like that, yenye tu tuna meet online ama mahali tunacheza bake na tunashare word ya God, I think it would be a good thing. So, but if you're interested, let me know. Fanye hii kitu. Unaona? Yeah. Other than that, guys, remember your game, your responsibility. Keep writing in your diary, okay? And stay safe. Sasa, it's your boy Collins Odhiambo. Till the next episode. Peace.
Yes, it's that time again. Collins in the lab, letting stories begin. From the court to the mic, he breaking it down. Hoop dreams, real talk, no cap, no clown. Bounce like a dribble, mind sharp like a pivot. Life lessons in the game, he gon' make you feel it. Late nights, bright lights, goals in the fog. Every episode a gem, welcome to the Lord. On Hoop Diaries, yeah, it's more than a score. It's heart, it's hustle, it's truth at the core. So press play, lean back, let the moment ride. It's Collins on the mic, take that journey inside. Lace up the kicks, it's that time again. Collins in the lab, letting stories begin. From the court to the mic, he breaking it down. Hoop dreams, real talk, no cap, no clown. Bounce like a dribble, mind sharp like a pivot. Life lessons in the game, he gon' make you feel it. Late nights, bright lights, goals in the fog. Every episode a gem, welcome to the Lord. On Hoop Diaries, yeah, it's more than a score. It's heart, it's hustle, it's truth at the core. So press play, lean back, let the moment ride. It's Collins on the mic, take that journey inside.